This is AJ's week 2 recap. Hi, buddy. Oh man, you smell the chicken. Yeah. Do you smell the chicken? Oh, yeah, that smells good. So we start this week again by just charging our clicker. Oh, buddy. You're very excited for that. AJ, touch. Good boy. And this week we are asking for a touch without the food lure touch. AJ's doing very well with that. AJ, this hand, ready? Touch. Good boy. And again, we want to make sure that we use both hands. That way AJ doesn't develop a preference for one. Touch. It's so good, huh? AJ! And we're still gonna have him follow a food lure with and without his name. Good job. AJ, what's this? Ready? Get it. AJ! And this week we probably did it a little bit last week too, but this week we started the flying cookie game. So toss a get it cookie, and then once AJ is done eating that cookie, we want to call his name. And as soon as AJ turns around to orient towards us, that's when I will click and offer him the cookie. Ready? Get it. AJ! Good job. All right. Ready? Can we sit? Good boy. Ready? Get it. Sit. All right. And this week we are also asking for sits without a food lure. Get it. And for him, I'm using that get it cookie to reset him. And you're just offering sits because you know that's what I want. Yes. Come here, Bubby. Come. Ready? Sit. Good boy. Oh, nope, you gotta be in that sit for your cookie. I know the chicken is delicious. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ready? Get it. AJ! Good job, buddy. All right. We did start also learning down this week. Now yesterday, AJ, I needed to lure him under my leg to get him into that down, which is not uncommon. Some puppies, we need to do that. But typically, we'll get them in that sit, put that cookie right in front of their nose, and then slowly go directly down to the ground. Our goal is for him to just put himself into that down, but little AJ here has been popping up with his bum. So that's why yesterday, oh, I'm sorry, my shoe squeaked. What was that? What was that? That's why yesterday I was luring him under my leg for those downs. Is that a big enough piece for you? Good boy. Perfect. And then as soon as he gets through and that bum hits the ground, that's when I'm gonna click and give AJ that cookie. Or chicken in this case. Get your head out of there. Hey, oh my gosh, I know you love it. Down. Good boy, AJ. So this week we worked a lot with him going under our legs, so hopefully by next week we can get him into that down without having to lure him under. What's this? Good job, buddy. Good job. Ready? Get it. came back so quickly. Yeah, you came back so quickly. Get it? That's a far one. AJ! Good job, handsome. Good job. All right. About this. Get it. What's this? I know. I know. So this week for the mat, we are still doing step 1, where we toss down our mat. Once our puppy comes over, with AJ, I'm trying to wait for at least a sit. We will then click and scatter a few pieces of chicken. So step 1, remember, we put our mat down, and then we're gonna pick AJ up and move the mat ourselves. Now that time I waited just a second because it looked like AJ was going to put himself into a down, which he did. And now that is going to be our ultimate goal. When they go to their mat, they go right into a down. And remember, we do want to make sure that we're placing our cookies directly onto the mat versus feeding to his mouth. That way AJ is building the connection with the mat itself. Now step 2 to the mat is we toss a get it cookie, get it, to have our puppies leave the mat, and the goal is that AJ comes back to the mat. Good boy. Good job. And again, when AJ comes back, I want to wait for at least that sit, but ultimate goal being the down. Good job. Ready? Get it. And we still want to make sure we're moving our mat. I'll try to move it within the view of the camera. Good boy. And there you go. AJ put himself right into a down. And of course you can only partially see him. AJ, what's that? Ready? Get it. I'll take it. Set your little bunny down. Good job. Good job, AJ. Ready? Get it. All right, that was good. Good boy. You want to put your harness on? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to restock the chicken here in a minute. Oh my goodness. Good job. Boop. Boop. Good job, buddy. So for AJ, putting on his harness, you can either pick him up, slide those legs right into it, or what I just did, I set my harness down and I put some cookies right in front of the harness. So AJ kind of had to walk into the harness. And then once he was there, I guided his leg through the holes and just slid the harness up while he was eating. That way he had a distraction while that harness was getting on. Oh, good boy. Good boy. What are you wearing? What are you on? What are you wearing? Yeah? You want to run around? What's this? AJ! Good job. dropping free cookies. AJ! Good boy. Good boy. Ready? Get it. AJ! Yes. Good boy, handsome. Ready? Get it. AJ! Good job, handsome. You're doing great. You're doing great. Come here. Come here. Good job. What do we have? Yeah. Come here. Ready, AJ, sit. Good boy. Touch. Touch. Alright, so as you can see there, I asked for a touch and AJ was kind of blowing me off. So when that happens and we're learning, we can pull back out that cookie to lure him to that touch. You could do that a few times and then just ask for that touch again without the cookie. Where'd you go? Come here. What's that? All right. Let's get your harness off. We'll work on some handling. Ready? So same way I put the harness on, I scattered some cookies. I showed AJ first that we had cookies, and then I scattered those cookies right in front of him, and then while he was distracted eating those cookies, that's when I removed the harness. With these, the Velcro can sometimes be a little scary, so that's why we want to make sure that we have them distracted with food before we rip that off. What are you doing, AJ? Oh, you're going potty. Okay, that is allowed. Man, we're almost done. Can we do some handling? Yeah, yeah. All right. Good job, buddy. Oh, you cannot have the brush. And a little bit around your head. Good job. So last week we just did under the tummy. This week I also added moving the food hand up over his neck, because if you think about it, when they go to the vet, that might be how they have to be restrained for certain procedures, or even if they have to go to the groomer. Ready? Get it. You didn't see me throw it. That's fine. Free cookie. You'll find it later. We're gonna work on handling little AJ's ears. Good job, buddy. You know exactly where this food comes from. In your paws. So for handling the body parts, I am just putting a cookie right in front of AJ's nose and then holding a paw. And as long as AJ is tolerating it, behaving nicely, so he's not trying to pull away or run away, I will click and reward with that cookie. Good job, handsome. What's this? What's this? Yeah. Good job, buddy. My bag tastes good. And now this week we also are starting to work with AJ on the brush. I am using the flat side just this week. Next week we'll use those bristles. But the flat side, just to get him used to the movement of the brush coming towards him and of something gliding down his body. Come here. We're almost done, Bubby. See in here? Yes, good job. Yeah. Oh yeah, that chicken's good. That chicken's good. Yes, good boy. Good boy, AJ. Good boy. You did great today. Yeah, you did. You did. One thing I didn't do is your tail. Ready? Good boy. Hey, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Good job. And now by practicing just lifting their tail, again, it's kind of preparing them for when they go to the vet and need to get their temperature taken. That way they are used to things being touched back there. And also for the groomer, if they have to lift the tail to brush back there, clip back there. AJ, that's it, you did great. That's it, you did great. Yeah, come here, let's go say goodbye. Let's go say goodbye. Okay, say goodbye to your people. Say bye, AJ.